Who are you so that we can give answer? Who are you so that we can give answer? People were confused by John the Baptist, his preaching, the fact that he baptized, and people were curious. They had heard stories about Jesus, and John seemed to be a lot like him. Who are you so that we can answer people? We heard John's answer, I'm not Jesus. In fact, he said, I'm not even worthy to approach him. No, but I will tell others about him, and I will make sure that others continue to know him. This question, who are you, can also be asked about who is the person of Jesus Christ. There was confusion in the early church. Was he a man? Just a man, or was he also the Son of God? In the reading from the letter from St. John, we heard that John was addressing this confusion. He asked, who is the liar? Who is speaking falsehoods but people who refuse to accept that Jesus is both God and man? Learned minds like Saints Basil the Great and Gregory, who we commemorate today, they confronted these lies, and in the 4th century our church would officially declare the doctrine of Jesus being both man and God. But still, the question remains, who is Jesus today, so that we can give an answer? The answer can be found in books and church teachings, but I believe more credibly the answer can be found right here among us, in our hearts and in our minds. The answer is within us. And St. John said as much today in that first reading. The anointing we received at our baptism remains within us. St. John said, anointing teaches us everything. It is there, but we have to bring it forth. And how do we do that? Well, this past Sunday, on the Feast of the Holy Family, I quoted Pope Francis, who said, every family is like a light on a stand. And what a joy for us to behold when that light is visible and the rays project patience, fidelity, and generosity and commitment. Well, our families are certainly one way that we communicate who Jesus is. And family prayer can be the voice today that opens a path to knowledge of Jesus. The same way that John the Baptist said he was a voice crying out in the desert, make straight the way of the Lord. When families gather to pray and teach their children to pray, they're passing on the story of who Jesus is, and the answer will be shared with others in and unto eternity. How can we give an answer to who is Jesus for us today? The liars, we heard, are with us still, but there are actions that we can take to refute them and ensure that the truth will be forever told. I read and was told of a response to local laws that prohibit religious displays, particularly Christmas displays around this time of year. If enough of us follow through and act, it would go a long way to providing an answer to who is Jesus today. It's the manger or the creche. And instead of our Catholic families putting inflated Santa Claus or brightly colored reindeers on our lawns, we may want to consider putting up a manger to tell the story, or for the inquiring minds to know what's all that about and learn the story. Or Families may want to consider once again placing a crucifix on the wall of their home. This too will tell the story, and the answer will be projected. He's the Christ, the Son of the living God.